Good evening. Good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in this evening. We are so very happy that you are here on this evening, and we are grateful. It is a new month. It is Sunday. It's February the 4th. It's a new month, and we want to welcome you to hashtag from a Christian, hashtag from a therapist with Dr. Ntatu. And I have a special guest this evening, my husband, Lamar North. Good evening. So we're all in the same place. So we just wanted to, come on and say hi first. But we do want to welcome you to Purpose Journey Counseling LLC. Locked in. We're locked in for 2024. So again, we want to welcome you. My name is Dr. Ntatu. I am the owner and therapist of Purpose Journey Counseling LLC, which is located in Cincinnati, Ohio. And I have my husband here this evening, and we're thankful that you have tuned in with us. So now we're asking you to take just a few moments. There's a couple of things we need you to do this evening that will be greatly appreciated. So we are currently live. We're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube, and we're live on X, formerly known as X, formerly known as Twitter, and we are getting ready in the process of, trying to do everything at the same time, posting the YouTube link for our broadcast on Instagram. So we do want you to take just a few moments to please like this broadcast. Please like our pages on your preferred social media platform, just so that everyone knows what you're tuning into. But then we also ask that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Even if you don't watch us on YouTube, it's okay. But it does help if you watch us or you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And then if you could also share. So that's what we are in the process of doing right now. We are sharing this, and we are grateful that you're taking the opportunity to do this as well. So we're sharing, and let's also interact and engage in the comment section. On this evening, we have a wonderful discussion prepared this evening, and the more you participate, the more you engage, I think the better the conversation will be this evening. So again, as you're tuning in, let us know that you are here in the comment section. Say good evening to us, say hello, let us know that you're here, and we are going to get started here shortly. Actually, what we're going to do as we're posting this on Instagram, let's just take a selfie and let people know that we're live. We are live. Yep, so that's being posted right now. We're live this evening. And again, we're grateful that you're here as you are coming on. As we're getting ready to get started, we definitely want to share a couple of numbers with you. We share these every time we are together. We want to make sure that we have resources available and tools. Purpose Journey Counseling is a mental health private practice where we provide counseling for children, adolescents, and adults, and we do individual, couples, and family therapy. So we definitely want to make sure that we have resources and tools available. Still posting, I should say, here on Instagram. So we do have a couple of numbers. We want to make sure that we have resources available for those in need. These couple of numbers, they could be for you, could be for someone else. But again, we want to make sure that we have tools. The first number is for the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. That number is 1-800-273-8255. Again, that number is 1-800-273-8255. This number is 24/7. So if you don't have this number already, please just take a moment, store it in your phone. Again, you never know when you may need it, someone else may need it. So it's good to just have the resources available. The second number is for the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, and that number is 988. Again, that number is 988. This number is 24/7 also. And the one cool thing about this number is that you can text it as well. So as always, what we ask is please make sure you have this information stored in your phones. Make sure you have it. You just never know when and if you may need it. So it's good to just have it readily available. So we thank you for taking a moment to like, follow, subscribe, share. Let us know you're here in the comments section. Let us know you're tuning in with us on this evening, and we're going to have some fun together, having some interesting conversation and dialogue on this evening. So one of the statements we always like to put out there is that it is okay to have Jesus and a therapist too. So this evening, we are going to be talking about marriage. We're going to be talking about love. We're going to be talking about some different concepts. And I want to give just a bit of a disclaimer up front. We are speaking from a Christian monogamous perspective. Everyone's not coming from a Christian monogamous perspective, but that's what we are coming from this evening. So I just want to put that out there now. That's our disclaimer so we can give some context to things. But so for the month of February, last month our theme was self-care. For the month of February, our theme is love. And we are also celebrating Black History Month as well. So we're doing a lot this month, but we definitely are going to be coming to you from the theme of love and everything that we're doing this month from our Wellness Wednesdays and our podcast today. So we're going to be talking from that theme and also celebrating Black History all month. So really all year, but definitely all month. So tonight, our title of our episode 17 of our podcast, Together Forever, Forever Together. It's a question. And we're posing this question because if anyone thinks of the concept of marriage, it's complicated. There's so much that goes along with it. You don't have to agree. You don't have to agree yet. I ain't even said nothing yet. Yeah, appreciate that. See, and so that even like the whole term, I know you didn't say it this time, but like happy wife, happy life. No. That's really not a thing. It's really not a thing. I don't care what nobody says. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. But we're going to be talking this evening from about five different topics surrounding marriage. And I'll go ahead and give them to you now because we're going to get into this discussion and we're just going to be answering some questions. Throughout this conversation, feel free to ask questions. If you want to put them in the comment section, you can ask questions. I'll try to get to them. If you want to make comments, we always just ask that they're respectful just to yourself first and then also to us. But you may ask questions in the comment section. If there's something you want to ask, something you want to add, we love the dialogue. We love just the interaction. So feel free to do so. But we're going to be talking this evening from five different topics. The first is love languages. Second is communication. Third is conflict. Fourth is growth. And lastly, future planning. So we will be talking from those five themes this evening. There's a lot that can be shared in that vein, but we're going to at least stick to that. We're going to stick to that for this evening. So just say we've been married, it'll be how many years?
16.
No. No.
16.
No.
Married? Yeah. No, well, we've been together. It's the same thing.
See,
we've been together
already
16
starting
years.
off wrong.
Been married 13.
Yeah, so thank you. It'll be
together.
It does all tie together, but I was just asking a specific question. See, you know how when you ask a specific question with a specific answer? But no, we have been married. It will be 13 years, June 4th, and 16 years together in July. So we are speaking from that context. I just want to give that backstory and just again talking from these five topics from our perspective, again from a Christian monogamous relationship of a couple that's been married for almost 13 years. So are we posing to be experts in marriage? Absolutely not. But we do believe that it's important to be able to share this information from our experiences, from the knowledge and the wisdom that we've gained over these last 13 to 16 years of being together. So again, feel free to comment in the comment section, but we are going to go ahead and get started. And he has no idea what I'm about to ask. But all the questions you answer, I'm answering too.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Yeah, see, this is all fair. See, we're gonna have some balance this evening. So the first topic that we're speaking from is love languages. Love languages. So, Lamar, did you see that heart that did that?
Yeah,
Let me see if that did.
it don't work.
Oh, yes, that's cute. I hope they can see that too. They're gonna think we crazy.
I
They
know,
can't
right?
see it. But it's just like showing hearts at, bro. I don't know how that came. But anyway, love languages. So, first question. Hey, what's my love language? And has my love language always been the same?
Yes, your love language is acts of service.
What up, bro? Acts of service.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna need you, brother.
Nah, we ain't about to do that. We ain't about to do it. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. Don't even say it. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. So acts of service, and it's always been acts of service.
Has always been acts of
Yeah, I'm
service.
just asking.
Yes. Honestly, yeah.
You think so?
In my 16 years of being with you,
You think so?
I would say, from my personal experience, yes, your love language has always been acts of service.
Okay.
And physical touch.
We're not doing it. Thanks, sis. Appreciate you. See, I already see where this is going. Hey, sis, I'm gonna need your help too. So I already see where this is going. It's already not going well. It's not going well. It's gonna be good. So yes, my love language is acts of service. And yeah, I think you're about right. I think it's pretty much always been that way.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Yeah.
Physical touch, maybe a little bit, not as much as you though. But so I'll answer the question for you. I know your love languages are physical touch and quality time. It's both. They go hand in hand with you. And I do believe it's interesting though, because I remember when we first met, you said you didn't like a female to be all up on you all the time. I remember you said that, and I know why you said it. We ain't going there. But
she was doing too much.
But it's interesting though, because even throughout that, that's still been your love language. Like I think even more than me.
Yeah, I think it's because you don't. What's the word? You don't oversaturate me with
touch.
Yeah, like you give me my space where I can miss that. You know what I'm saying? Versus last relationship, it wasn't like that at all.
Yeah, we're not talking about the last relationship today. I know, I'm just messing with you. No, I understand. So yeah, so I think so. We got that. So just as the reason why we ask this question, I tell all my couples this when I work with them in couple sessions. It's great to know what your love language is. That's awesome. That is amazing. However, you need to know what your partner, your spouse, what their love language is. Why? Because we're supposed to love them in the language that they want to be loved in, not the language we want to love them in. For example, my love language is acts of service, but his is physical touch and quality time. So if I start doing stuff for him, it's not that he's not going to appreciate it, right?
That should give me some Jordans.
That's like gifts, though. That's more gifts.
But that's still an act of service because you're giving me something.
Yeah, but it's not going to mean as much to you as if I spend time with you and cuddle.
Them 11s is kind of hot.
Okay, so yeah.
No.
So he loves Jordan. So those gifts. We're not doing this. We're not doing it. Anyway, so yes. So, but that's the reason why we asked that question, because you do need to know your spouse, your partner's love language. We need to show the love the way they want to receive it, not the way we want to receive it. That can be uncomfortable, can it? Could be uncomfortable. That's the next question. And I'll answer the question first. We'll go back and forth. So is it uncomfortable you asking me, is it uncomfortable to love him in his love language? Sometimes, maybe yes. Not the quality time, because that's probably second for me. But physical touch sometimes could be, because you like to cuddle a little more than I do sometimes. Sometimes. So I'll do it though. I don't, but it can be a little bit like, okay,
That's what y'all say y'all want. Y'all say
love
y'all
you.
want a man to show y'all affection.
Yeah, but you can. But the way I like to receive that affection is you do something for me because that's my love language.
Uh-huh.
I'm just saying. Is it uncomfortable for you to love me in my love language?
Sometimes, yeah. Because acts of service can get tiring sometimes.
Am I high maintenance? Don't answer that question.
Girl.
Anyway,
Girl.
that's not the question. That's not the real question.
Yes.
So, yes, okay. I'm high maintenance. I am. So it can be uncomfortable. Sometimes. But do you think we do a pretty good job at kind of like balancing that out?
I think we do. Damn, yeah.
I'm not putting that up. Quincy, I'm not doing this tonight. Anyway, I'm not putting that up. So I'm not even gonna show that one.
That's my guy.
No. So yes, then lost my train of thought. Absolutely, it can be uncomfortable because it causes you, you have to come outside of yourself. And that's important though. That is critical as, when you're in a marriage, as the two become one, it's not about you anymore. Ooh, that's hard to say. It's not about you.
Very true. You'll learn that very fast.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't mean you don't matter. It doesn't mean, all your wants go out the window, but it ain't just about what you want anymore. Ooh, that's a good one. So let me ask it this way, because we did say that our love languages really have been the same, but has the way or the significance of your love languages, has it changed or evolved over the years at all?
I would say, yeah, I think because it's easier for me to do things for you now versus earlier in our relationship, because your pride gets in the way of certain stuff. And it's like, oh, well, if they ain't doing this, I'm not doing that.
Mm-hmm.
That's me at 25. Me at 40 is like, I enjoy doing things for you. She was hilarious. And now so when I do things for you now, like, it's not because I think that's your love language and I have to do it. It's more I want to do it now.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the biggest difference for me.
Mm-hmm. What shows, I don't want to go to the next one of the topics, growth, but I mean, it shows like kind of how that evolution of time, how it changes, because the way you value your partner changes over time, because it's not so much obligation, but it's because, well, I really love you, I really care about you, I understand how much this means to you, so I'm going to remove myself to make sure that you're good.
And I enjoy seeing you happy. So
I'm happy. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I think I feel the same way because, like I said, it can be uncomfortable sometimes. Not really, really uncomfortable, but I like seeing you happy as well. Like, I don't want you to feel like I don't want to be selfish. And I know in the beginning stages of our relationship, I was more selfish because, as I talk about, as a two become one, it's a constant thing in marriage. Becoming one, you remove self. So as I had to be less concerned with Ntatu and more concerned with my husband, it became a bit more challenging. But to really focus on me, I knew I couldn't focus on me anymore. I had to make sure that I was, putting what he wants ahead. So I definitely have to say that, it's selflessness. Marriage is very selfless. God bless you, sir. Yes. Take notes. So, so it has evolved. So we've become accustomed to loving each other in our respective love languages, and now it's a little more comfortable than it was, before. Okay. So, last question on love languages. Do you think a married couple can have a healthy marriage if their love language is not the same?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's possible.
We been doing this for 16 years, so we doing, of course, with the grace of the good Lord and us doing work like we're supposed to. Because marriage is work. People got this notion of marriage where you have the day, you slide the ring on it, then it's like picket fences and beautiful beds of flowers. Like, nah, you got this bed of flowers got some dead spots sometimes. You got to bring it back to life. And so it's constant work.
Constant work. Like every day. Mm-hmm. Like even in your sleep, sometimes you're working on your marriage.
I got to get mine out.
You don't get 8 hours of sleep?
I know, that's why I got to get.
Okay, so, but no, not your sleep. But sometimes you dream about it too. You dream about it. You know, what can I do better for my spouse tomorrow? Yeah, right. Dream about doing better the next day. Maybe sometimes.
Have I ever dreamt about it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No? I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But yeah, constant work. And we're going to go deeper in some things. But that's love languages. That's love languages. So first topic was love languages. So what we came out of that with, we have different love languages, but we have had to over time learn how to love each other in each other's love languages. Why? Because we need to love each other the way we want to receive love, or with it the way they want to receive love, not the way we want to give it. And sometimes it's different because we have established our love languages are not the same. They're not the same, but we can still have a healthy marriage when we acknowledge that. Yes, definitely a lot of work. Sis singing. I can hear music right now. I'm not going to sing tonight. All right. Thank you, Bridget. Thank you, Bridget. Always leave it to Bridget to sing. So that was love languages. So this second topic is one of the biggest reasons why people come into marriage counseling, couples counseling, whether it's family therapy. This is a big topic. Big topic. So we're going to spend some time on this one as needed. This next one is communication. Communication. So let's start by saying this, because a lot of times when we hear communication, we think what you say, all the words that are coming out of your mouth, what you say, how you say it. Communication is also nonverbal. The way we interact with each other, our facial expression, our gestures, all of those things, that's all communication. Even being silent, like if I'm trying to talk to him and he's just looking at me like, or vice versa. That's communication. I'm communicating something, or he's communicating something by not responding. So we want to look at communication. Here we go, sis. We're going in. If y'all have questions in the comment section, please put them in. Things you want to add. Because like I said, this is very, very interactive. So I'm going to ask you first. What kind of communicator am I?
Over communicator.
What does that mean?
You over communicate a lot of stuff. Don't need to be over communicated.
How do I over communicate?
Like I asked you.
I did not know he was gonna say that.
Yeah. I'll ask you something simple like, how was your day? And then it'll start off there, and then like trail off into other stuff, and I was like, so how was your day? Like, oh yeah. So intertwine. Go in and out.
Sis. Thank you, Keisha. I'm like, what you mean? Maybe you was talking about something else, kid. Were you talking about something else? Or that's the truth? Am I really over communicator? I probably am. That's okay. I acknowledge it.
I appreciate it, but at the same time, though, I appreciate that about you because it gives me more information. Right. Even if I'm not looking for that information, I'll get it anyway, and I'll be like, "Oh, I know how to move around, do stuff."
So I'll give you way more than what you were asking for.
Yeah, I just pause my movie and
That's okay, because that just means that you're gonna make sure you're gonna get what you needed, but you're gonna get way more.
That's why I'm married.
I'm an excellent writer because of that. I think maybe. I'm an over communicator. Okay, I over communicate. I can receive that. But did y'all notice how my body language changed when he said that I had to turn? I had to look at him while he was answering that question. That was nonverbal communication. I was saying something in that moment. Thank you, sis. It does leave little room for doubt because I'm very thorough.
Yeah.
That's the way my brain works. Because he's right.
I never said it was a bad.
I'm just messing with you because But no, he's right. I am an over communicator. He does ask me every day how my day was, and he's always watching a movie or something, and then I just start talking so much. I don't know what that means. I'm gonna need you to clarify that statement. But no, it's bad. I don't say bad. It's to the point that he will have to pause his movie because he asked me how my day was, and I start going on and on and on about something. So he's gonna know everything that happened because he asked me.
He's like, "I'm sorry," and I'm like, "No, I don't think they make pause buttons."
He does say that. See, but see, if this had been 10 years ago, would you have done that?
Nah, I probably went downstairs.
Look at that. Look how much we growing. We growing out here.
Well, I'm short, so bro.
I'm shorter than you. Okay, so yeah, growth. I'm an over communicator. What kind of communicator are you? The exact opposite.
I give you when you ask me, I give you the tunnel vision answer.
You right, bro. You right.
And I give you a direct answer.
You're right. Yeah, you give me a very direct answer. And so it's funny because I don't know what he expects from me, but like, I don't want that. If I ask you how was your day, I want you to like tell me about your day. So like, I guess we might need to rephrase the question. If I say, tell me about your day, then maybe I'll get the information I'm looking for.
Yeah, you like, how was your day? And I'm like, it's cool.
Yeah, that don't mean nothing to me. What does that mean?
Like nothing happened.
I agree with sis on that one.
Facts.
Because not communicating is still communicating. If you don't say anything, you're communicating something, but it leads to, it goes back to what Kia was saying. It leaves little, so when you're over communicating, leaves little room for doubt and confusion. But when you don't communicate enough, you're not saying enough, it leaves room for doubt and confusion. And I'm not saying you do. Well, sometimes you do. Sometimes I'm not sure. Sometimes I'm not sure. Bridget?
I thought about that.
Well, yeah, that's his fault. You're right. Because he shouldn't even ask. He watching the movie, shouldn't ask me.
I should finish the movie then.
Yeah.
Okay. Now remember, this is live, so everybody remember what she said. So next time we're gonna have to tell y'all.
He gonna ask me. I don't care what he watching. He better ask me when I walk in the house. I want you to ask me how was my day. Tell me about your day, babe. You need to know. Because it be rough.
What is cool with me? So since what cool with me is the day went fine. Nothing happened to where I really need to get into a whole conversation. Like, it was a cool day.
Yes, it can leave room for assumptions. Yeah, I don't want to assume anything about your day. I want to know.
I think he's talking about the over communicating.
No, not under communicating. If you don't say enough, then I mean, I'm gonna assume something.
Yeah, but men, we're different.
Are you?
Yeah, of course.
All men?
Most men.
Some.
I said most.
Most.
I can't answer for every man. The men that I hang out with, if I talk to one of my bros, I'm like, "Yeah, how was your day, bro?" He's like, "It was cool."
That is what y'all say.
Now, if something happened, then we'll talk to each other, or I'll tell you, like, yeah, X, Y, and Z happened. Like, I'm upset about this. But if it was a cool day, it was a cool day.
I agree because we're totally different. Because all my sisters on it. If we're together and I say, "Sis, how was your day?" They're not gonna be like, "Oh, it's cool." They're not gonna say that. None of them are gonna say that. They're gonna tell me what did they do, who said what, when did they say it. If they didn't feel well at a certain point in the day, they got mad about this. The kids did that. They gonna tell me. Yeah, we be chilling. Okay. What does that even mean, though? I was just chilling. But you was at work. You weren't chilling, were you? You at work. Never mind. Don't answer that question.
I do my job.
Okay. You do your job. So we communicate differently. Sometimes I need 20 minutes before anyone asks questions. Sensory overload. I could understand that too, though. I can't. I get that because sometimes when I come home, I'm not necessarily ready. Remember, sometimes I will say, it's been a rough day. I really don't want to talk about it right now.
And I received that.
You do, because you're probably happy anyway because you're watching your movie. You don't care if you're watching your movie. But yeah, I get that sensory overload. That's a thing. That is a thing. It could be too much going on. Okay. So maybe you, since that's your brother, you tell me, when is it necessary to get into the details?
So, like when something happens at work, I'll like if I'll call you or I'll text you like, hey, are you in the session? And you be like, no, and I'll call you and I'll tell you what happened. That's what that means. So if something happens, I'll express that to you. You know, if I had a bad day, I'll express that to you. But again, that part too. But if nothing happens during the day, like there's nothing for me to tell you.
Thank you, Kristen.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We're just being ourselves, actually. When the matter is important, that's subjective, though. But that is extremely subjective.
But if you ask me how my day was, the matter of if something happened during that day would be important. If it is, I'll tell you. It is not. If I had a chill day where nothing happened, I don't have nothing to tell you when you ask me.
To whom? Right.
Us, because you're asking us how our day went. That's like me telling you how you should answer the question of me asking you how your day went.
But that's so to what she's saying. If I'm asking you how your day was, it's already important to me because I'm asking you.
Right. And if I tell you I had a cool day, I had a cool day. I don't
Every day is important. Thank you. Thank you.
But nothing of important happens to us every day at work.
So you were at work. I found out some interesting information that happens to you at work all the time. They didn't even know about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'll talk to you about it or something like that happens.
We need more. Yes, we need more.
I want more, but we don't. There's nothing to tell you. There's nothing to tell you.
What was cool? Yes, thank you. Exactly.
My day. It's a very simple answer.
But like, I give what I got.
I don't know if they want, bro.
We want to know. We want to know. What was cool about your day? Who did you talk to today? What did you get into?
You want me to tell you all the 70 people that I talked to throughout the hospital?
Everything that's like we want to know. We want look, men. If we're asking you, how was your day? What did you do today? We want to know. We want to know details. We want to know.
So you want me to run on a list of everybody that I talked to throughout the day, like everybody throughout the hospital that I'll go through.
This is my thing. What ends up happening is y'all give minimal details because y'all cool, y'all just be chilling. And then what happens is 5 days later, you come back and say, well, yeah, because on Monday we had got into this thing and we had this conversation. I'm like, hold on. On Monday, I asked you about your day and you didn't tell me on Monday. Well, it wasn't important then. Why is it important now?
Click on my brother's comment.
I ain't clicking on his.
Click on his.
Yeah. Swear it could be so simple. You'd rather make it hard. She's singing all the songs. All the songs. That's too much. I only remember the last 20 minutes.
Bro, when I clock out, listen, to all women out there, I'm telling y'all, when we clock out of work, the last thing we want to do is come home and talk about work.
20 minutes.
I don't. When I clock out, that's when I'm in the work.
20 minutes.
The day was cool. If something of importance happened, I'll text you during the day like you won't believe what happened. Then by the time you get home, you already know.
Okay. So what you're saying is, so let me say this. If I ask you more questions, will you give me more information?
Yeah, there's something to tell you.
No, that's not what I'm asking.
Well, yeah.
If I'm asking, say, hey, tell me more about that. Can you tell me more?
Yeah, if there's something to tell you. Like, give me an example.
Thank you. Y'all remember everything. Y'all just don't want to talk about it. Y'all want to talk about it when y'all want to talk.
I didn't say I didn't remember. I said once I clock out
No,
from work.
your brother said he don't
I
remember
mentally
20
clocked
minutes.
out for work. So the last thing I want to do is when you come home and say, "Hey, how was work? I'm at home."
What if it's not a work day? What if it's a weekend and maybe we at two separate places and I say, "Babe, how was your day?" Cool.
Maybe like if the kids do something, I say.
Or you went to the store, you was like, "Oh yeah, I went to the store and I got this." You ain't gonna tell me that.
No,
I would.
So you want me to be an over communicator?
Sometimes.
Okay, I remember that also. So when I start over communicating, you go, I wish you just be quiet.
Okay, so tell me this: do you want me to under communicate? Do you want me to stop talking so much?
No, I don't want you to not be yourself.
You know what? Don't be trying to use that stuff against me.
Bars.
You about to get kicked off. Look at our communication. I think she wants to know how you thank you. That's a better way of saying it. You, not just what did you do? Because thank you. Because your mood can change throughout the day, or like how you're dealing with because your day can be rough. The stuff that you experience over the course of the day, like it might not be the specific details. Thank you for saying that. It might not be the specific details of the day, but yes, how are you doing? Like, I'm feeling good, or I feel restful, like I'm a little nervous about this, or whatever. I'm happy, I'm hungry, something.
Sure.
See, I said all of that.
Sure. So hang on. So you're asking me, bruh. Instead of 6.
Yeah, because 6 feet under, that's
so sure.
I like that.
So when you ask me how my day was, you're not asking me about my day, you're asking me about me.
Yes.
Okay, what are you saying? You can't say how your day was and I tell you how my day was. You like, no, I want you to tell me about you. It's two different questions.
You want me to treat our interaction when I come like a therapy session?
No, but if you ask
me, that's
okay. If you ask me how I am, okay, that's a different question. But if you're asking me how my day was and the majority of my day is at work, I had a cool day at work.
I get that.
Now, if you're asking me how I am personally, that's a different question.
So I need to change my verbiage. Okay.
I mean, that's the answer. If you asking me about me, yeah.
Okay, I can do that. See, this is communication. We just clarified a whole concept. Bro, you got to be taking notes. We just clarified this. So, fix it. All right? Fix it. Love you too, bro. Thanks for joining us. Tune on in because this has been some interesting conversation thus far. But then will it just be I'm cool? Yeah.
No, now if you're asking me about me, that's a different question. So now I would just give you the I'm cool answer because it might be something going on with me and I probably would say something. You want to know how who are, period.
She bet says we got you. We want to know how you are, period.
Okay.
So
that's fair.
When we ask that, then that means tell us. Don't say I'm cool. No, let me go back. We're gonna have a quick therapy thing. I'm cool is not a feeling. It's not. I'm good. Good ain't a feeling either. So if I'm asking you, how are you feeling? How are you feeling? You know, what's going on? How's your mood today? Then I want to, pull something from that.
You got it done.
If I process first.
So
you have to process before. Okay, I get what you're saying. You got to process it first. I guess I can respect that to a point. All I'm gonna say is this: process it, but then you gotta come back to it. That's all I'm saying. because that even goes into like, even if it's like, I don't want to say an argument, but some type of conflict. We haven't got to conflict yet. But if it's a conflict, sometimes people need to process before they can actually converse and have a conversation that's going to be fruitful, essentially. So where we're not saying things to harm each other and things like that. I can respect that 100%. And I know a lot of times with men, you all do a lot of you need to process before you answer. All I'm saying is come back to it then. Don't leave us hanging. If today is Sunday and I've asked you and you like, I got to think about it, I got to process, that's cool. But then I need you to come back in a day or so. I need you to come back to it. Come back. Don't stay over there processing. Or even if you're still processing, tell me you're processing. And then I can still respect that too. But sis got to work. She said, process the question or how you're feeling.
How we're feeling. Because sometimes we still processing through our feelings. It's like a filtration system, right? So like you trying so you trying to figure out, how you should deal with whatever the situation is. So men have to process it for us first before we can come to somebody else and talk to them about it, because we're creatures of habit, so we like to find a solution for stuff first.
Okay. So if there's no solution, so let me ask you this then. If you're feeling like if something's bothering you and you feel like you haven't come up with a solution for it, does that mean you can't tell us yet because you haven't? Do you feel like you have to solve? Like if you say, I'm feeling, let's just use that as an example. I've been feeling depressed lately. Do you feel like you have to have a solution for your depression before we can talk about it? Real question.
I think we have to figure out why we're depressed first before we can talk about it. Because if we are still trying to process it ourselves, and we probably don't really know how to communicate it to you first, so we kind of have to find that common ground within us first, and then we come to you like, all right, well, this will happen. I'm depressed about this, but I think I got a handle on it now. So it's just it's. I'm not gonna say our man because I can't speak for our man. Me personally, like that's how I have to process stuff for me, because I feel like I'm coming to you with a problem that I haven't solved yet, or haven't had a chance to try to figure out what the problem is for me to solve.
Yeah, because I agree with this too. I can understand. Oh, one minute. She said, "Bro, you better answer my question." When she was saying, "Break it, process how you're feeling." The question or how you.
Oh, I did. I said how.
Yeah, that's what she's saying. I think she's saying you answer her.
Oh,
yeah.
You welcome.
You speak about it. Sometimes the person can help. Right. That's what I was gonna say. Because this is my thing. Like I get that. The whole filtration, which I love that. You better.
I do what I can.
You better. But I guess my issue is sometimes while you guys are going through this filtration process, the situation is becoming worse.
Okay,
because it's you and you. And when I'm talking about us, like it's us. It's not just you and me separately. Sorry, I'm not gonna hit you.
I don't lie.
No, we don't do that. We'll do that. But it's us. So while you're having this filtration going on, and I'm sitting over here like, what is going on with him? I can't be your helpmate because I have no idea what you're filtrating. I don't even know what that is.
I can understand that. I received that.
We know if we come with the issue and no answer, it leads to more questions that we have no answer for either.
Facts.
But can you say, so I guess then the question with that is, can you just say, babe, I am processing. I'm in this process of filtration. I need a little bit of time. Is it okay for you to ask me again later, or can we revisit this tomorrow? Yeah. But then when we are coming back and we're checking in, would it be reasonable to suggest that maybe we should be having a conversation at that point? If you still can't Like you haven't figured it out. You're still processing. Can we process together at that point?
Yeah, because I think yes, yeah, I think we can because at that point, me and for the most part, we kind of figured things out pretty quick about ourselves. So if we haven't figured it out within the next few days, yeah, the next couple of days, then probably come to you and be like, hey, I'm going through this. What do you think? But then you also have to have a man that's comfortable enough to do that because sometimes not all women. Some women.
No, we don't.
Yes, not all women. Let me make that very clear. Some women use that as ammunition to their significant other. Once you start showing that sign of, I'm not gonna even call it a weakness, it's just called being human. Mm-hmm. So sometimes when a man shows that vulnerable side, then what ends up happening is
yeah.
That's always in the back of a man's mind too. Is this gonna come up in a future argument? Something that I told you, and you start throwing. That's always in the back of most men's mind. So that's another reason why we don't really communicate our feelings a lot because we don't want to give people any more ammunition than what they already have. But then what we also have to learn is if it's somebody that your girlfriend or your spouse, whoever you're married to or in a relationship with, they can also help with the situation. So you also have to have a man that's comfortable enough with himself to be able to express themselves that way.
Right.
So
because it is a matter of trust, like Christina said. It is trust because you would have to trust me enough to know that I won't harm you. Like I'm not going to use what you say to me against you. Why are you looking at me like
I'm
that?
listening to you.
I'm not going to use it against you. Like I'm not going to take anything you say to flip it back on you later in an argument or whatever. I'm not your enemy.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm just saying that's why most men have a trouble communicating because that's always in the back of our minds. Now I'm comfortable enough with you. When you asked me about my day, the chaplain was speaking to me.
He is though. But, hey sis, I'm trying to figure that out too. Why was he looking at me like? Go ahead.
Any kind of
you did. He was like, you gonna make people think this is something. I'm not violent.
I'm very happily married.
Yeah, we happy today. Tomorrow we might not be. Cause happy.
No, we've been on a nice little run these last couple of years.
Yeah, last week he was tripping on. But go ahead.
I wasn't tripping. I was processing.
Yeah, he was filtration system. I like that though. That actually that makes sense. It may make sense.
Right. And then when I finished processing it, I came and told you what it was. You
did. It just took a week.
It did. But what I was going through was pretty heavy.
It was.
And I always love to use myself as an example, so I don't mind speaking on it. So I work at a hospital. It's my first time in the healthcare field. So I was telling her, when you're around, because I constantly see dead bodies a lot, or bodies are going down to the morgue, and it kind of once you see that on a regular basis when you're not used to it, it kind of started making you feel some type of way, just looking at life a little bit different, and it was weighing down on me a lot last week, and so I was just trying to process it for myself first. So once I finished that for me, then I came back and told her what was going on and how I was feeling. So
yeah, and I get it, and I know we've been together long enough that I also understand, that I also understand, that we're not the same in that. If I'm going through something, I tell him immediately. Like when I come home, whatever it is, if I'm struggling, I just tell him because I'm an over communicator. But he's not, and he's probably going to try to process some of it. It's just sometimes it's hard on the other end of that, And I can see how it could be hard on your end too, to feel like you have to talk about something you're not ready to talk about. Basically, you're just not ready. And for me to keep asking you isn't helpful. And I know I used to do that. I was like, well, what's wrong? Just tell me what's wrong. Let's just talk about it.
Like, just give me.
And I just did it. And honestly, that didn't help either. Because the more I asked him, the more upset he got. So I've learned to just back off a little bit, you know, aside from, I know you know, Giles. I know you know from, you know, being a nurse too. So I know it is. And that's why I can't say that I understand that because I'm not in that field and I don't see it. But, you know.
Thank you, sis.
Yeah, he a pretty cool dude. He a pretty cool dude. He is. But I think we've gotten better at this though. Because it used to be, I don't think there was any filtration going on. He just didn't talk. He would just not say, he would be upset, someone would be bothering him. He would just not say anything. He would just completely shut down and wouldn't talk at all. So I wouldn't know what was going on with him. And of course, back to what we were talking about earlier, I'm assuming things, I'm doubting things. I'm going through this whole thing in my head because I'm like, well, my husband he's not talking. And I know, and I'm discerning enough to know when something's not right, but he wasn't saying anything. So I'm like, okay, well, I don't know what to do. And that's why I used to nag, but then I got to a point I just stopped asking. And I didn't want to come off as being the wife who doesn't care, because I do, but at the same time, I have to respect where he's at. So it's hard. It's a balance. It's a balance of things. We're not going to get to all this. I had a feeling we weren't. But I'm going to just ask this question because this goes with that. Should you tell me everything? Like, that's the real question though. Should you tell your spouse everything? Like, is that even in the same vein of whatever, whether you're going through stuff, whatever, should we tell each other everything?
Yes.
Y'all heard it first from Lamar North. He said in a marriage, we should tell each other everything. The good, the bad, the ugly, all of it. Yes.
Now, if you'd have asked me that 15 years ago, no.
He would have said,
No. Again, the 40-year-old me,
40.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because I want both of us to have peace now. To where peace wasn't a priority for me 10, 15 years ago.
He is speaking tonight.
At 40, I tell everybody this. My main concerns now are God, my family, my finances, and my peace. Outside of that bubble, I'm cool.
Yeah, that's true. I agree 100%. You should tell your spouse everything. You should be able to tell them absolutely everything. You should. In that order. Amen. Amen. You should. You should though. You should be able to, no matter what it is, because if we say this is for better or for worse, that means that no matter what it is. Well, we can go. I can put we got Venmo, we got Cash App. I will put it out there. Wait, I'll put it on the screen in a second if you really want to leave an offer. You know what? Leaves room for the devil to come in and mess with your thoughts when there is no communication. Yep.
That's very true.
Very, very true. That's my boy, this game of work. That boy, he is. He preaches about. He really is. He really is. I'll give him that. He is. But that's true. Like we should be able to talk about anything, everything. Like no matter what it is, no matter how bad it is, no matter how ugly it is, embarrassing, like we really just completely messed up. We should be able to talk about everything. Mm-hmm. And that's changed, right?
Yeah.
Can't have no with this.
I'll be the first time. I didn't used to do that. Again, I was trying to solve everything myself because as men, we're taught to be providers, protectors. So we try to maneuver and do everything ourselves. And sometimes it can be detrimental to us and our family. So you move your pride out the way. To all men, your pride will kill your relationship every time. move your pride out the way. If you talking about this the person you're gonna spend your life with, your pride gotta move out the way. It's okay to have it sometime, but move it, please.
He preaching tonight. I don't know. We might just need to shut it down, take up an offer, and just say goodnight. That's my husband. But no, you're right. Yeah, put it to the side. And women too, we need to there's some things we need to work on as well. You know, sometimes we can be difficult sometimes. And I'll have to say that as a wife, I've learned more about myself and things that I needed to fix, no matter how much I thought it was him and he was the problem. There was a lot that I had to do. And I said, well, okay, maybe there's some things that he needs to work on. Maybe there's some things that he needs to work on, but there's probably some things that I need to work on. Uh-oh. Are you crying? Don't cry. Well, if you gotta cry, you can. Why are you crying? I think what you just said. Put your pride to the side. But yeah, you are on fire tonight. You definitely are. Yep. Yeah, ego. But anyway, yeah. So put pride to the side. But women, there's some things we need to do as well. And a lot of times, it's also not just putting it all on them and saying like, well, you need to fix this, you need to do that, you need to do, because we're good at that because women, you know, we're nurturers. A lot of us are mothers, aunties, something, you know, we like to give instruction, but we need to be able to take a look in the mirror too to see, okay, what is it that I can do? And no, we can't control our men. We shouldn't be trying to control them. It's not about that. But at the same time, we need to be able to say, okay, if I'm his wife, I'm his helpmate. So if I'm supposed to be helping him, then I need to make sure that what I'm saying to him, even if he's acting completely ridiculous, I need to be careful what I'm speaking to him too, because that's in my communication. If I'm talking to him crazy, even if he, you know, doing something that is wrong, if I'm talking to him crazy, I'm still wrong. It's not okay for me to just say whatever I want to say to him just because. It's not.
But I get it though, because
yeah, I used to think I don't think I thought I would kind of.
What is that over here?
Ain't nothing over there. What? No, I don't think I thought I was perfect. I just used to act like it. Maybe I thought it. Maybe I really did it. I had to work on that. What are you gonna say though? Because I said I shouldn't talk to you crazy. Like, if you're wrong, I'm still wrong for talking to you crazy.
You are, but if I'm doing goofy stuff, it's gonna sound bad. Sometimes that's you need to cut your man out sometimes. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, because it might put him in a place where he's supposed to be if he just keep doing FS.
Okay. Just say it in a different way. Messed up stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, messed up stuff. This is a Christian show. Go ahead.
That's why I said okay.
I'm talking about. See, that's the thing. Like, thank you for saying that. See, men, it's y'all pride. Women, it's our mouth. We just be spitfire. We just say stuff. And we just say stuff, and then we get mad, and that's another reason why they probably don't even talk to us, because we just and then why they gonna talk to them? They don't say anything.
You know what's funny? So when y'all be spewing, and then we start spewing, why you talking to me like that? I don't understand why you were disrespecting me. You know, you've been talking to me crazy for like the last 15 minutes.
That's true. Yeah, I get that. We got to work on our mouths, sisters. We have to work on what we say and how we say it. What's not always true. Just clarify. So we'll answer that question. I'm just saying we need to be mindful. I'm not saying you can't, because no, as a term of in regards to accountability, yeah, if you're wrong, I'm going to tell you that's wrong. You know, a lot of men have the mouth. Oh well, yeah, that's true too. Lord, put your arms around me and your loving hands over my mouth. I like that. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that. Thank you. I'm using that, because sometimes I promise you, that's one of the biggest things with communication, any conflict. I've had to learn it was my mouth. I used to just, it wasn't even cussing you out. It wasn't even that. I was just like, ugh, like I'm 5'2". I'm all of 5'2". But because I'm an over communicator, remember, I would just say whatever. And it would just, see, I would just say whatever. And he would just have to receive it. I'm just saying, we got to watch it. Because think about it from this perspective too. Like I said, if we want healthy communication, we can't just say whatever. That's not healthy. Or put it this way, you can say whatever you want to say, but is that speaking life or death over your relationship? If I'm talking to him like I don't respect him and I'm just saying whatever I want to say, I'm not planting seeds of love and growth in my marriage. I'm tearing him down. So if I'm tearing him down, but I say I love him, it don't really work. It's hard. I'm not saying it's easy. Oh, okay, bro. All right. Okay. And I'll say this. If it gets to the point where you feel like they're purposely making you mad, then maybe you need to stop talking. At that point, maybe it's just that the conversation needs to be over. I'll say that. It could just be over at that point. Like, okay, we're not talking anymore. Because we've had conversations or conflict before where we know it's not going anywhere. Where I say this all the time, like at this point, it's gone so far that you're arguing about arguing. So at that point, we have to literally like remove ourselves, just walk away and say, okay, we'll talk about it later. Like we don't really do that now, but we used to. That used to be a thing. Yeah, walk away. We just will walk away because it wasn't fruitful. I'll give you grace for so long that I'm bro. We gonna have to work on that. I don't say things that hurt him ever. You shouldn't say things you can't take back. Right, because you can't take anything back that you say. You can apologize, but once you've spoken it, you've spoken it. And that's the point I'm just trying to get at. It's when you're talking about what you speak, words have power. You know, the Bible says the power of life and death is in the tongue, it's in what we say. So if I'm speaking seeds of discord over my husband, or if I'm saying stuff out of anger, like it doesn't matter what he did. It doesn't even matter what he said or how I'm feeling at the time. I'm still responsible for what comes out of my mouth. So if I start saying things to him that are not fruitful, they're not loving, they're not kind, they're not those things, then now I'm speaking death over my own marriage. And then if I'm speaking death over my marriage, then I'm wondering why my marriage is dying. Well, it probably has something to do with maybe some of the seeds that have come out of my mouth.
I'll give you a little bit of pushback on that because if the man or woman smells like your parents,
he's in a filtration system right now. Okay, he can't smell all the time. You might be right. Sometimes, like, all right, yeah, you're right. That does help. You're right. You do that to me.
What?
But yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you're right. What's that mean? It means you're right.
No, you just saying that to shut me up. You never said that.
I don't know what you want me to say. If I say you're not right, that's not right. If I say you're right, that's still not right. Not now. Way back in the day. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, David. Is it your stuff or the other person's stuff?
You can't not. We need to have a whole nother conversation about conflict resolution.
I'm not knocking over my own stuff.
You've never knocked over my stuff either.
It's our stuff.
Thank you. It's our stuff. So if we destroy our things, then we're destroying our things. Yeah. That's not helpful to anybody. Thanks. Yeah. So basically, yes. Oh no, I'm not putting that up there.
Hey, boy, Q, boy, you funny, dog.
I love putting Q's. comment up there.
That is hilarious.
Good night. Thank you so much for tuning in all your great comments too. Thank you. We really do appreciate it.
That's funny.
David, I know. But yeah, there's just we need to be mindful, very mindful of our communication and the things that we're saying and not saying, because nonverbal communication goes a long way as well. Like if I was talking to him, since I'm an over communicator, if he asked me how my day was and I come home and I'm talking to him and he's like, or he's just scrolling on his phone while I'm talking, I'm probably going to stop talking. But he doesn't do that. He doesn't. He just sits there like, just like, oh, she's about to unload. Good evening, Mom.
Let me call myself.
Like, he just, it's just funny because he literally, I'm not lying, he literally picks up the remote and just goes like, he'll say, hey, babe, how's your day?
And then she hit me with the, oh no, you don't have to pause it. No, you have to. We've been doing this a while. I got it.
Is that true? Yep, yeah. You're right. Some days I don't have a long story though. Sometimes. Some days. Some days. So we have different communication styles apparently. But we've learned to work through that, because that was a big struggle for us initially. Learning how to communicate in a healthy manner with each other.
Communication, period, at one point.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. I think what we're gonna do, because we're not gonna get through everything tonight. We're gonna go ahead and because thank you, sis, for saying that. I'm gonna just ask a couple questions under growth, and then we might just need to have part 2. You know, check your schedule and let me know if you're available.
My Cash App is ELN83.
Who you telling the people? You telling I gotta pay you?
I gotta
we won though.
I gotta look at my Venmo.
Oh, okay. We won. He don't even know. Okay. So, big question. I want you to answer this question. Let's go ask a couple on the growth. How have you grown as a man in this marriage?
Man, that's another 20 minutes.
Well, good, because then we only got about 10. So go ahead. We're going to leave it there.
How have I grown as a man in this marriage? My communication has gotten a lot better. My parenting style has got a lot better. Just me as a husband, period. I met her when I was 25. And then we got married a couple years later. I didn't know nothing about.
How old were you when we got married?
28. Yeah.
There you go. That's what I said. Good man. He's got great math skills.
Anywho. So yeah, at 27, 28, I didn't know nothing about being a husband. So I've had this track of trying to figure out, even 5'3" since y'all met. I'm 5'6.5".
I'm 5'2". Now you're the big 40. Yeah, you 40.
We're both 40.
Are we?
You better have been. We went to Miami. So I forgot you mentioned what I was saying.
Yeah, because Reverend Joslyn was trying not to be in our wedding. She was trying.
Man.
Thank you. See, yeah, you got your money's worth. You right around the corner. Next month, you about to join the 40 club. You about to join the 40 club.
Right there. What was I saying?
We got married at 28.
Oh yeah,
all the growth and
I didn't know nothing about being a husband at 28. So I've had to learn what to do and what not to do. What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? I got the big thing for us was our communication, and I had to learn how to communicate better, whether it was good or bad, because the biggest issue I had early on was I never really wanted to tell her any bad news. So I would always try to make it seem like everything was okay when it really wasn't. And so instead of me just coming to him like, hey, X, Y, and Z, like, maybe we can try to figure it out together. I'm like, yeah, no, I got it. Which is what most men do because we're problem solvers. So we try to solve everything. Because we never want our woman to be uncomfortable or unhappy. But then what ends up happening is with us not communicating. That's before
when you could remember what you was talking
facts.
about.
If I be walking through the halls at work and I'm like, what was I going? And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. And then I gotta turn around and go the other way. It'd be crazy. It'd be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And so so even with me not communicating what the bad stuff, because I didn't want to make you upset or I didn't want to put you in a bad mood. What ended up happening was it was spit out anyway, and then you end up finding out, and it wouldn't. It all ran together because I wasn't communicating the right way. So me at 40, I tell everything there. That way, like your friend said, there's no room for doubt or assumptions. I was like, hey man, X, Y, and Z. What we gonna do? How you gonna? We gonna tag team, or do you want me to take care of it?
Mm-hmm. That's good. And yeah, this quote, we do have that quote. A marriage is two imperfect people who refuse to give up on each other. It's true because I guess that's to answer the question for me. How have I grown as a woman? In many, many ways. But just understanding, that we're not perfect. And I think even talking here tonight, I think that I really thought that I was not perfect as a person, but the perfect wife. I thought that I was the perfect wife because I was. Like, I just thought that I was. So I felt like because I was the perfect wife, he needed to be the perfect husband because it needs to match, it needs to line up with each other. But I had to realize over time that I wasn't perfect. And I had a lot of growing that like I was saying earlier, personally, there was a lot of growth that I needed to go through just for me. And then as I was growing for me, of course, he's going to benefit from my growth because as I'm growing, then I can be a better wife. I'm a better woman, and then I could be a better wife. I could be a better mother. I could be better in every way when we're actually doing the work. That's why we say marriage is work, because it's not just work to get along. It's not just work to say, oh, well, we're trying to make our marriage. It's work because you got to let God do work on you.
That's the biggest thing.
And if you're not willing to let God do work on you, guess what? You need to stay single, because actually, let me just go back and say, even if you stay single, you still need the personal work. But I have to say, you two actually like each other and play together. Oh yeah, we definitely do.
Yeah, it's my home.
Yeah. Are you down?
I have it down.
All right.
Where the
mother be?
Where the mother be?
Yeah. So like we do, and you gotta have fun and all that kind of stuff. But you have to be willing to do the work on you, to like look in the mirror, even when you're married, because it's not blaming yourself for your spouse's issues. It's not even about all that. It's just about being able to say, you know what? I was 24 when I met him. I better not be the same way today at 39 plus 1 as I was when I was 24. We didn't have kids.
You said 40.
I am 39 plus 1.
Oh, that's that new man.
Yeah, that's that new man.
39
That's
the new man.
That's the new man.
Got it.
That's the new man. If you're not willing to let God on work on you, then you start. That's what I'm saying. Or something. I would say you still need to let God work on you, but at the same time, yes, sis, you about to be there. I'm just saying, because let's just be clear. Let's be clear. Seriously, God, like, we're not going to, because we about to wrap this up because it's getting late and, it's a work night. And I know we don't want to keep y'all too long. We thank y'all for staying in this long. Though. This has been a very good conversation. We've established we're going to have part 2 of this. But seriously, if you're going to get married and you think that you about to make their life better, and that's all you're thinking about is I'm making your life better, then you might want to rethink that. Because I'm telling you right now, When you get in the moment you say I do, you about to see who you really are. As you try to combine everything that you used to do by yourself and put it with somebody else. Oh yeah, I know. I was just reading it again. I was just reading it because I didn't see it. You know how to see it written. Thank you, sis. I didn't see it written. But if you think that, but if you try to take those things and you're combining it together, but you're not coming with your best self, or you think it's your best self, and you just thinking you just adding value to this other person's life, but you're not willing to let God show you what He needs to do through you within that marriage, you setting yourself up for failure and your marriage as well. Because the last time I checked, ain't none of us, and yet incorrect English, but nobody has it all together. Nobody does. Nobody does.
And can we please stop this? It's this argument and debate going on online where it's who is the prize.
Yeah.
The woman is the prize because she does X, Y, and Z. The man is the prize. If you are in a relationship with somebody, if you're sharing your life with somebody, y'all both are the prize because y'all both bringing something to the table. We got to stop this mindset of women are this, or men are this, or women should be up here because they do X, Y, and Z, and men should be up here because we do X. If you sharing your life with somebody, you all should be putting equal amount of love and everything else in between for each other. So it shouldn't be who is the prize and who isn't. Y'all both should be the prize for each other because that's why y'all together.
Yeah.
You're not with the person because, well, some people are because one person does everything the other person doesn't. So that's, some people like it, but most relationships, I got the perfect quote. Michelle Obama was on this panel one time, and she said, marriage isn't always going to be 50-50. Sometimes it's going to be 60 my way, 40 her way, 60 her way, 40. It's never going to be 50-50. Sometimes it may be, sometimes it's not, but for the most part, you have to work together. So all these arguments I'm seeing online, like it's crazy. Like y'all more worried about who's bringing what to the table than working together as a couple to stay together. Move your pride out the way, and you'll get a lot more done.
I like that though, because if I'm the prize, if I'm the prize, what are you? What does that mean? Like, yeah, I mean, I agree with you. If like, I'm the prize, what does that mean? Because if that's the case, am I settled? Like, what am I doing if I'm the prize? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. If I'm the prize, then what is he? And honestly, I would say this: it is definitely a partnership. We should both. If I don't view him as the prize, and he don't view me as the prize, should we even be getting married at all? So I would say this: yeah, it's not about one of us being. We should both be the prize. Like, yeah, that's my king. He's the prize. He can say that's my queen. She's the prize. We should both be the prize because. Why would you want some, if, yeah, I don't understand that. We got to stop that. I agree with you. We have to stop that. We have to stop because we should both be each other's prize because we both need to feel like we just won. If I feel like you won because you married me, but what, so I lost? If I'm the prize and you not, then I lose. That don't even it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So growth, we've grown a lot in about 16 years, almost. Yeah, we've grown a lot. But a lot. This has been some very good conversation. This is better, even better. I knew it was going to be good, but it's even better. You was up here preaching and stuff.
You're welcome.
Now, see, at this point in our relationship, he can say stuff like that to me. And I'm just like, okay, boo, you got it. But 16 years ago, I'd have been like, what you mean? What you trying to say? But we do thank you all for staying with us. This has been fun. We are going to definitely have a part 2. So I'm going to go ahead and just put it up there right now. So mark your calendars for episode 18. It'll be for Together Forever, Forever Together part 2 on Sunday, March the 3rd. Lord willing, at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be back, be it the Lord's will. I really appreciate you being here. I mean, you live here, but I don't know where else you gonna be. I like to say we both have won. Exactly, we winning out here. We winning because we still together.
Where the mother?
We still together. We still together. You know, but hold on. You girl, I'm so proud of y'all. Y'all had me nervous for a minute, but God, yeah, we didn't even get to that part yet. Yeah, we was nervous for a few minutes. Nervous for a little while. Love you too, sis. Love you too. I was like, dang, that's good, y'all. On here. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. This is good.
Appreciate everybody so
yeah, we do. We really do. We really do appreciate it. But we're gonna continue this conversation. I'll put it back up there again next month. But I do want to share just a couple things. If you're while y'all still here, don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. So we do have our Wellness Wednesdays on Wednesdays at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, because this is social media, if you're not up at 7, you can't catch it at 7. That's okay. But we have different topics every day. Every Wednesday, I should say, every week. And then we have our podcast on the first Sundays of the month. So please plan to tune in with us. We're on the same platforms on Wednesday mornings at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Like we said, got so many banners trying to find the right ones. Our February theme is love. So we are talking everything we do this month. We're going to be talking about love. We are also, this is going to do it again. If y'all can see them hearts, please tell us. My mom's not doing it. Oh, there we go. Can y'all please tell us if y'all see hearts? Because we can see hearts. Uncle Taylor. Oh, never mind. I'm going to take that down. Anyway, so we are celebrating Black History Month as well. Focus. We're celebrating Black History Month as well. So we are. Thank you, sis. You see the hearts. Thank you. You see them. Good, because I was just like, I hope so. Because I thought y'all were going to think we were just doing stuff. But we do really, really appreciate you guys for tuning in. Remember, we have our Wellness Wednesdays on Wednesdays at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Our podcast, again, we'll put it back up there because we're going to be back next month. We're going to be back next month live and in color next month, Lord willing. And we just want to, again, thank you all. I'm trying to get, thanks, sis. You've been quiet the whole time. I didn't even know you was here. Hey, sis. How you doing? Okay, you can see them too. Great. Okay, cool. So we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. But our tag for Purpose Journey Counseling, it is to be loving, be kind, be compassionate, and be intentional towards others as well as towards yourselves. Thank you so much for tuning in, your engagement, your comments, all of that, all the love. We really do appreciate it. Lord willing, we will see you Wednesday at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for Wellness Wednesday. We want you to enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a fantastic week. And hey, girl. Blessings and love to each and every one of you. Good night, y'all.
Peace.